Hi, good evening, everyone. Thanks for the introduction. My name is Rohit. I represent Fortinet Technologies for India and SAARC. I am based out of Delhi, and as I'm sure most of you would know, Fortinet is one of the cybersecurity organizations that has been there into existence for past couple of years. But I won't make this a boring conversation because I understand the mind and body are demanding different things at this time of the day. So let me try and make it a bit more interesting and make this a more conversation element. Prima facie, cybersecurity organizations and cybersecurity vendors continue to talk a lot about the cybersecurity frameworks and the importance of cybersecurity. In fact, cybersecurity as an adjective has always stayed and has always improvised over a period of time. But there are a lot of matured brands that do exist. There are a lot of respectable brands that do exist in the industry. What new inceptions are actually happening is something that I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and virtues about. So, first of all, before I begin with anything, I sincerely, show my gratitude in terms of the kind of investments that you make on cybersecurity platforms. You, as a matured audience, have always been understanding the importance of putting the framework in place, the policy management in place, and sincere thanks to those proud associations and audience who have been associated with our brand, our security offerings, and we continue to scale and make sure the intelligence of those methodologies continue to get delivered as much as we can. Now, some of the India numbers which I would like to throw in front of you. These are a couple of pointers which will be able to give you some guidance as to where the framework of cybersecurity is eventually lying. As of now, India, of course, is the 5th largest economy, and with possible architecture towards that, the GDP of the organization is continuously growing. And by that logic, cybersecurity is one framework that becomes of prime importance to our country or organization because, needless to say, financial transactions, corporate transactions, manufacturing setups, multiple things, multiple denominations are going crazily up day by day. There are $2.5 billion worth of cybersecurity market that does exist in the cybersecurity framework within the organization, within the country. And of course, market as well as the number of transactions. Look at the number of transactions. 84 billion transactions happen. 84 billion net new transactions happen every day, every year. And this is the size of the cybersecurity space which is available to address. Another marketing framework, approximately 10.5 trillion worth of market is going to go up from the past number of 3 trillion in the impact of cybersecurity space. Let me decode this for you. The economic, the social, and the cultural conflict that is going to come into existence is going to be impacting this area of business. The cybersecurity space is eventually going to rise upwards. And by virtue of that, of course, the need of making your smart network, smart ideologies, and smart identification of the cybersecurity framework comes into prime importance existence. Another very, very important slide. I'll take a minute to explain this. World Economic Forum has highlighted 5 very, very important areas that require immediate attention. Of course, there are transformational areas where weather conditions are becoming day by day deteriorating. But can you imagine 2 of these 5 very important aspects are cybersecurity related? They were never there, kabhi bhi nahi the. But since last couple of years, they have actually erupted in the top 5 World Economic Forum areas. That is alarming, which means to say cybersecurity, polarization as well as networking attack polarization is eventually taking the tour. And therefore, it is the need of the hour to make sure that we do not, culturally split it. we decide and deceive and make sure that the entire framework is looked at in one isolation, in one conjunction. But as we say, while there are matured organizations, matured and unique organizations that do exist in the cybersecurity framework, can anyone give me a random guess, anyone out of the entire public which is available, how many unique cybersecurity brands exist as of today? Any random number? 10. Unique cybersecurity brands. Okay. Any last attempt? 1008. 1008 unique cybersecurity brands exist as of today. And because of that, people still do not know what to invest, where to invest, and where do not to invest. Because बेचने वाला आता है, बेच के चले जाता है. Priorities of an organization is something that an organization, and CTO or a CIO or a CISO has to basically maintain and understand. Because everything might be right in their own frame of aspect. But then the most important thing is how much you are able to utilize in the interest of business. In the country, as of today, per 1,000 rupees spent on revenue in an organization, 1.6 rupees is spent per employee on cybersecurity. This is the cybersecurity spend ratio as of today. I'm not saying this is right or I'm not saying this is wrong. This might need some bit of attention because going forward, this is going to be changed. This needs attention. This needs very, very strong thinking because somewhere this has to be corrected. This is the need of the hour. I would leave this thought to you. Going forward, in the interest of time, of course, everybody has known about the fact that the normal attack vector or the attack space has been growing day by day. The network is no longer the strategic normal network these days. The IoT and OT devices has gone up. There are numerous number of data points which exist. Nobody is accessing communications only via laptops. They're using their mobile phones, their IoT devices, their iPads, their smart devices. And applications are neither residing in one space. Applications have gone public and the kinds of applications have gone vast. And basis that, the framework has also expanded. Therefore, it is in the interest of that safety and methodology, it has to go public. Now look at this. When I said that there are approximately 1,008 unique cybersecurity brands, this is what you get. This is what you get when you look at vendor complexity. This is what you get when, I'm not saying that you probably deploy each and everything of this, but this is how it looks like. Jungle Raj. Okay, can anyone spot इस पूरे complexity में क्या गलती है? Can anyone spot what's wrong in this slide? I'll tell you. There's a cat and a dog sitting in the vendor complexity area. And this is exactly what happens when there are tons and tons and tons of brands running in an infrastructure. When there are multiple such brands, eventually this is exactly what happens when information and threat intelligence does not exchange. When information does not exchange, people really do not really understand and know what got compromised, what went wrong. And when such kind of investments are made in a platform agnostic world, that is where galtiyan are bound to happen. Things might go wrong. I'm saying things might go wrong. So, of course, and this results in increasing the amount of attack to be understood, to be analyzed. A traditional form of attack eventually gets triggered from 21 days to maximum 6 months. 6 महीने से साल भर लग जाते हैं. But the earliest attack detection that basically has come out is basically detected in 21 days, is triggered and fixed in 4 hours to probably 12 hours. This is the kind of analogy that is going to stay. And of course, needless to say that I don't have to tell you that nowadays, whenever in case of an attack or a compromise, you are supposed to mitigate and inform the CERT response team in the next 6 hours to basically get your information validated. So, What Fortinet or what all cybersecurity brands are now offering is something called as the platform era. In the platform era, we're not talking about point technology products. We're not saying probably go with the best of the breed solution. No problem, sir. You understand your business best. You understand your technology best. Go with what coincides, shares the threat intelligence. Probably we call it fortifying our network. So how do we decode this? We basically contain, see, Fortinet has always been known as a firewall company. We've always been known for something called as the FortiGate firewall. But within Fortinet as an organization, as of today, we've got more than 60 odd technologies, 60 odd unique technologies available in the industry to basically cater to our demands, to cater to our organization. FortiGuard Labs is our threat intelligence brand, which basically provides signatures for all the FortiGate devices, Fortinet solutions. It just not relies on internal threat intel platform story. We have mitigation and signups with third-party threat intelligence tools that probably gets the signature from Cyber Threat Alliance or Interpols of the industry or from third-party organizations and third-party vectors. We've got tons, as I rightly mentioned, we've got 50 plus technologies, unique technologies to offer. So we are much beyond a traditional firewall organization as of today. And what we basically offer is something to do with the convergence of network and security, because network and security cannot be looked at in isolation anymore. This was the earlier way of looking at the network side. Trust everything. But when it comes to security-driven networking, trust nothing. As the previous gentleman, my friend, was talking about zero trust network, this is exactly what has been the adoption. We cannot trust anybody. This is exactly the era of zero trust network access. And therefore, combining it with the trust automation, check everything, and zero trust is something which is the need of the hour. And in the platform approach, we are empowered by our single OS architecture. Our single OS story is unique, is platform agnostic, is powering on our entire solution stack of what Fortinet has got on the table. Again, a marketing slide. Our solutions are rated not just in Gartner Magic Quadrant, we are rated by IDC, Frost & Sullivan, third-party agnostic reports, where not just in firewall, maybe in SD-WAN, maybe in SASE, single vendor SASE, wired and wireless LAN, multiple such frameworks, we have been recognized as Gartner leader or challenges. So, not just one or two, multiple solutions available from Fortinet are eventually recognized by the Gartner Magic Quadrant. And the technology advancements at scale within the firewall segment is scaling high. We have all the nomenclatures of multiple firewall frameworks which are available, from a small form factor to a data center firewall to a virtual category firewall to probably suit anything as per your requirement, to a public cloud infrastructure firewall as well. We have also got solution offerings to basically secure your single agent, single pane of glass management. And to compositely define that, we have the IT/OT segmentation to basically fulfill our needs for our manufacturing users or utility class customers. Segmentation and ZTNA forms the most important aspect, and by virtue of that, unified SASE comes as a de facto. Now, SASE is something which every second organization has been talking about, and this is something which is kind of the need of the hour. SASE stands for Secure Access Service Edge, and this is one very, very elementary area where organizations are willing to scale, are willing to understand, and this is one subject which demands a lot of attention. Now, this is something which is going to change the way cybersecurity framework is getting approached. In the single vendor SASE architecture, Fortinet fortunately has been recognized as one of the very key aspects of the motivator and the improviser by providing all these frameworks via one single agent, one single unified agent delivering the same single level of glass management, what you get. So as of today, platform agnostic story is something which is going to scale. Now the debate is whether you want a regulatory and resilient architecture or you want to move towards a platform suite can stay dependent basis your requirement, your architecture. In the interest of your business, in the interest of time, we have our stall available. and we are available for any detailed conversation that you intend to do. But the most important thing that lies is, whenever you invest in a cybersecurity framework solution, look at solutions that integrate with each other. Look at solutions that power through each other. Look at solutions that has got one single operating system, one agent, one cloud playbook, and one operations team to manage one single pane of glass. And by this, you are able to provide ease of use, multi-tenancy architecture, and multi-folds understanding. So this is my last slide, which probably gives you a quick glimpse of what all cybersecurity products that we deal into. Most of you are aware about the network firewall story. We've got the wired and wireless LAN, these are the three pillars under which our products are eventually classified. I sincerely thank you for your association and being a patient listener. And we are just a stall away in case if you want any deep dive information to be carried out on behalf of Fortinet. Thank you.